evening, Floss Tube. It's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is Wednesday. I believe it's the 21st of February. And it's been a while. I had recorded some little vlog style videos a couple weeks ago, and I'm meaning to put them together, and that never happened because market prep has been intense this year. I had no idea when I started posting the sneak peeks. Well, I didn't actually do any sneak peeks, but when I started posting the pictures for market on Facebook, I had no idea the response that I was going to get from that. And so it has been a very intense couple of weeks just trying to keep up with all the things that were coming out and getting the pictures downloaded and then getting them uploaded to my website and then getting them over to Facebook and then, typing out what they were on Facebook and then keeping track of the orders, and it's just been time consuming. And I've been working pretty much from 8 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. I am not complaining. Please do not think this is a complaint. I'm just explaining where I've been and what I've been doing. And like I said, I am grateful, but I am overwhelmed by the response. So, if you were one of those people that placed a pre-order with me, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it so much. I am doing my best to organize myself in a way that is going to make life easier on the backside of market when we come back, so that we can expedite your orders and get them out to you as quickly as possible. That is assuming that nobody is sold out of things when I'm putting in as many pre-orders as I possibly can, but if it was just a one-off or 2 charts from someone, I'm not going to make them pull 2 charts. So for the most part, I am trying to do the pre-orders ahead of time so that those will be ready and so that I don't disappoint anyone. It's one of my, I have a lot of fears, but I hate to disappoint you. I really do hate to disappoint you. So I want to try and make sure that I get everything that I possibly can and bring it back with me and then get it to you in a very timely fashion. So I've got my spreadsheet and I'm on it all day long, tweaking things and making sure that spelling's all the same so that when I go to place my order, I don't miss anything. So that's kind of what's been taking up all my time, but I've missed you guys. I've missed talking to you. Not that you talk back. I wish you could, though. But I've missed chatting with you, so I thought, well, since there's a break in the action tonight, I will show you the little bit of stitching, and then I think I'll do my stitching on my challenge piece, and just maybe, I don't know, talk a little bit. So this is Mary Amelia's bird. I'm doing a challenge. I have to work on it for an hour a week is all, which doesn't sound like a lot, but right now it is a lot. I started out doing it first thing Sunday morning, but again, I've been on the computer first thing Sunday mornings, so we're gonna squeeze this in. I didn't even get my picture posted from last week, so I have to do that yet too. I am not a good example. I'm the one that comes up with these ideas, and I suck at follow through. So I I am getting it done, just not necessarily by the deadlines that I set. So I apologize. But there is my Mary Amelia's bird. I think last week, see, I don't even remember what I stitched on, but I think it's this baby poop green. Here. I think it was this part right here that I got done in the hour that I stitched last week. So, it's not bad. I got it done. But I need to do this week's. And I don't know that it's going to happen next week because Sunday and Monday will be, again, kind of market prep. I'll be packing, gathering up bins to take. Getting my paperwork all printed out, my spreadsheet all printed out. Just generally trying to keep my ducks in a row, but unfortunately my ducks tend to scatter to the four corners of the world. So, alright, I think I have that in a spot where I can work on it. Now watch, I won't. It'll be in the wrong place. I'm going to put that over there. The only other thing that I have accomplished has been on my peacock. I finished all the green, so I got the last green done, and I've started working on the eyes. I think I've got 2 of the colors done. I need to put some orange in that eye there. Yeah, in that eye there, I need to put some orange yet, and then so I'm doing one color at a time and finishing it. So I will move on to probably I think there's 2 colors of orange in there. So probably the second color of orange in the eyes whenever I get back to it, which I don't know when that will be. That's it. That's all the stitching I have to show for, the last, whatever it is, 3 weeks since I posted last. So, what have you been up to? Tell me what you're working on. I always like to know. Oh, where are my threads? I don't know where my threads are. Pretty much everything in the house is a mess right now. And it's going to stay that way. Connie's going to come. Is this it? Is this it? This is it. I think this is it. Connie's going to come and she's going to have to put up with a messy house because I don't know that I'm going to have time to do anything with it before she arrives. She'll get here the same day that we get back from Nashville. And she's going to stay the week. And help me get ready for, the orders ready for everybody. I think Doreen's going to help. Lori's going to stay in town for a few days and help. And Rosie said she could come to town and help get orders out. So that will be a tremendous, tremendous help. And then on top of that, my friend Donna volunteered to drive to Nashville. It's about a 4-hour drive for her. She volunteered to drive to Nashville, and she's just going to stay in the room. And as we bring things back, she's going to make sure that everything is in the bag that's supposed to be in the bag, and things that aren't supposed to be in the bag go back to the designer and make sure there's no mathematical errors. And hopefully she might be able to get some things into the computer system. So I should be stitching while I'm talking to you. I have put in the basics into my POS, but I didn't give it a SKU number, and I didn't necessarily tag them. So there's things that need to be put in there yet before they could be sold. But the basics are in there. But the SKU number is important. I can't really sell it without a SKU. So that has to be done before I can start the process of contacting people. So hopefully she'll get a little time while she's there to take care of that. I feel really bad. Nobody wants to go to market and spend the entire time in the room. But she said she didn't mind. So I'm going to take her at her word and hope that she doesn't mind. We're going to try a different route to market this time. We usually go through Kansas City and then St. Louis. I don't think we've ever made it through St. Louis without getting lost and ending up someplace where we're not supposed to be. Last year it worked out really nice because we ended up taking kind of, I wouldn't call them back country roads, but not the main, the main route, and saw some very pretty country and had a really good time. But there's a bridge out that route, the route that we went last time. There is an important bridge. And there's a big detour, and we don't want to deal with the detour. So we're going to try a different route this time. And it's going to take us through Hannibal, I think. Hannibal, Missouri. And I hear it's a really cute town with some antique stores and stuff. So we're gonna try that, and so we'll avoid Kansas City. We'll avoid St. Louis, and then we're going to drop down and actually avoid Nashville, because we're not technically in Nashville. We are technically in Franklin. And I don't know, Nashville's traffic is horrible even at 9 o'clock at night. Oh my God. I'm not going to be able to see through that. So if we can avoid that, that would be awesome. So we're going to give it a whirl. If you don't hear from us ever again, it's because we got lost and some serial killer got a hold of us. So, but hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully it will not happen that way, and we'll be just fine. What is... oh. String. Let's see. What else can I tell you? We had a sick Remy over the past weekend. Came home from work on Friday. Well, actually, Abby found it. She got here. She and the kids spent the night Friday night. And when she came in, there was several puddles of pee. And which is not normal. I'm trying to figure out where I'm at and what I'm doing. Okay, I think I'm going to do the diamond. Several puddles of pee, and then, Remy just squatted and peed right in front of her. So that was our first clue that there was an issue. And of course, by the time I got home and she told me about it, the vet's office was closed. And to top that off, he'd also left for Las Vegas for continuing education. So I was not in the mood to spend $1,000 to go to the animal emergency clinic. So I did what I usually do, and I called my sister. And explained the situation to her. And she said, well, send Dan over for some antibiotics. She has sick dogs. Her dogs are always sick. And Dr. Teal, he's our vet. She had her one dog, Poppy, into the vet Thursday, I think, because she knew he was leaving town, and Poppy wasn't behaving normally. Well, Poppy never really behaves normally. Poppy is an unusual animal. She was we didn't know it at the time, but she was a puppy mill puppy. And she's had a little problem ever since Melanie got her. But anyway, so she had taken Poppy in. He couldn't find much wrong with her other than the fact that her cataracts had like 2 weeks ago she could see, and he said now they were so bad he didn't think she could see much more than vague, the difference between light and dark. But he didn't find anything else wrong with her. However, he also didn't want to leave her in a tight spot if something developed over the weekend. So he had given her a prescription for an antibiotic. And she also had another prescription for an antibiotic that he prefers to use for bladder infections, UTIs, but makes Poppy vomit. So she said, send Dan over, and I'll give you this antibiotic to give her, but make sure she eats because it's hard on the stomach. Well, it was hard on the stomach. I made sure she ate, and she still threw it up. So we trotted back over and picked up enough of the other antibiotic that he'd given her, that he'd given my sister for Poppy. She gave us enough tablets to get us through until we could call the office on Monday. And so I went to the vet on Monday and got my own prescription and replaced her 4 tablets that she loaned me. And Remy is doing much better. Still not quite herself, still doesn't want to eat. But she's not peeing all over, which is a good thing. So we had that going on. Like I said, Abby and Hayden and Reese spent the night. Friday night, Reese wanted a sleepover at Juju's house. So they were here when I got home. And it was good to see him. We hadn't seen him in a couple of weeks. They've got birthday party coming up after I get back from... Reese's birthday is in February. Hayden's birthday is in March. So she's having a combined party in March. So I'll have that to look forward to when I get back. Apparently we're having a bluey cake and I think a John Deere cake for their birthday party and a bounce house. I'm not going to the bounce house. Dan stands there and harasses the kids in the bounce house, but I don't do that. I'd probably pop the damn thing. Anyway, and Ben, my nephew Ben, hi Kate, turned 18. So we were going to go over there, play some dominoes, have birthday cake on Saturday night. But then with Remy still not feeling good at all, we think on top of the bladder infection, her back got hurt somehow. We think Reese dropped her and hurt her back, so she was not getting around very, very well. So I stayed home with her, and Dan went over. And when Reese heard that Ben was having a birthday party, I use the term party loosely, because it was just going to be us, and we were going to play dominoes and have cake. That was about it. But when she heard the word birthday and party, well, she wanted to go. She really wanted to go over there. And I tried to explain it to her that, this wasn't a party like she's used to having a party. It's, there's no bounce house. It was just going to be cake and ice cream. But it didn't matter. She wanted to go wish Ben a happy birthday in person. So I stayed home. Dan, Abby, Hayden, and Reese went over to Melanie's, wished Ben a happy birthday. Then Abby, after playing for a little while, Abby and the kids went on back home, and Dan stayed, and apparently, instead of playing dominoes, they watched a movie that Ben and Kate had been wanting Dan to watch. And I don't know the name of it, I just know that it was my dad's favorite movie, so I'm sure it was something from back in the 50s or 60s, and probably wholly inappropriate for this day and age, but they knew that it was their grandpa's favorite movie, so they wanted Dan to watch it because he'd never seen it. And so that was Saturday night. Sunday again, I was just pretty much here at I think this chair that I'm sitting in has a permanent indentation of my butt now because I've been in it so much. So what else can I tell you? I've got, looks like 2 dead dogs over here right now. Lola's laying there and her tongue is sticking out of her mouth. And then Rags is further over there, and they're both just sleeping away. I always get a little stressed out when I'm leaving because Rags is not a young dog anymore. She's 15, and I kind of worry, what if something happens while I'm gone? So let's all just keep her in our thoughts and prayers that she's got to live forever. Right, Rags? Gonna live forever. Never leave me. Let's see. I didn't even look at the time. I'm gonna assume I've been stitching for, how long I've been stitching? Maybe 10 minutes? 15? Something like that. I should have looked, but I didn't. Let's see. What else can I tell you? I had a scary thing happen at the shop. Be a week ago. 2 weeks ago. Might be 2 weeks ago now. So I was there. It was in the afternoon, and I'm in an office building, which is not your typical location for a retail store, but you go where you can pay the rent. And I'm in the what they call it the first floor. It's the technically the basement. It's a very nice basement, though. Don't get me wrong. It's very nice, and I love my space. So, but it's quiet down there most of the time. There's a church in the bay next to me. I guess they don't call it bays in an office building. In the suite, there's the term. In the suite next to me, there's a church. So he's not there very often. And across from the church is, well, I tend to call them the spooks because you never see them, ever. So pretty much I'm down there by myself. And it hasn't been a problem. There's been an occasional, the pastor of the church also is a counselor. So there's been an occasional client of his that wanders in to just kind of check the place out, but they've never caused any real problems. I think they're just curious as to what this store is. So I was a little surprised, and you know that feeling in your gut when you know something's not right. These two very scruffy, dirty-looking men came in. First, they hovered outside my door. So my door is always open. I should back up and say my door is always open because it locks if it's closed. So if I close it, it locks. There's nothing I can do about that. He could set regular hours, like the landlord could set regular hours for it to be open, but if I'm sick or something, it's going to automatically unlock and be open, and we don't want that. So I've just always propped the door open and left it open all day while I'm there. These two people kind of hovered outside the door. I have a buzzer, so if you get near the door, it dings, it goes off. And it went off, and I, was sitting at the computer, and I glanced over towards the door, and I didn't see anyone. And then it went off again, and this time I could just see, like, the coat of somebody, just their arm. So then these two men came in, very dirty, very scruffy. Really no reason for them to come in. And the one stood kind of right by me, and instead of coming around the front of the counter, he stood over this way, so I had to turn this way to talk to him. And the other one immediately took off into the shop. I listen to enough true crime stuff that I know that this is a classic, distract the owner. I'm going to go see what, then the other one goes to see what can be picked up easily. And this guy, the guy that stood up here and distracted me, he started by saying, could I take them upstairs to suite 301 and show it to them? And I'm like, I can't get into that suite. I'm not the landlord. I said, you're going to have to talk to the property manager, and they're up on the 3rd floor. So if you go up there, I'm sure someone up there can help you. Well, they didn't leave. I was trying to keep an eye on the guy that was wandering the shop, and then this guy starts in asking me questions, like, what is it that we do in this space, and do I make a lot of money, and oh, I see you do framing. Are you looking for a framer? I used to do framing. Well, if you're going to be if you're interested in a suite upstairs, why are you asking me if I need a framer? The whole thing was just scary, and it was not right. And then the phone rang, and I answered the phone, and I had to write down some stuff that the person on the other end of the phone was talking about. And when I did that, when I put my head down, then they both booked it out of the shop and disappeared. I checked with the landlord. No one has contacted them about renting suite 301. Nobody even went up to the 3rd floor. They have cameras in the lobby, and no one. So they weren't there to see suite 301. And I was pretty rattled at that time. And then, if that wasn't enough, then one of the pastor's clients comes in. He at least came around the front of the desk and starts asking me questions. Oh, so what is it you do here? And do you make a lot of money? Yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, nope, it pays its bills and that's about it. And, I could be making $1 million a day and I wouldn't have told him that. I'm not, but I wouldn't have told him if I was. So, nope, it just pays its way, pays the bills. And he's like, well, you know what you should do? He says, you should wrestle crackheads. I have friends that wrestle crackheads, and they make a lot of money when they wrestle the crackheads. And he must have said crackheads about 20 million times before he finally was done talking, and then he held his hand out. He said, well, it was nice chatting with you, missus. And he held his hand out. So I said, yeah, it was nice chatting with you too. And he left, but by then I'd had enough. So I went home. And I told Dan, and he was not real happy about what had happened. Now, I am sure, pretty sure, like as sure as I could probably reasonably be, that they were very disappointed when they found out that there was nothing. I mean, what are they going to do? Grab all the 36 count linen and sell it on the black market? No. So the only thing that they could have taken would have been like the computer and the cash drawer. But they'd be disappointed in the cash drawer too, because I don't keep much in there. So, do I think they're going to come back? No. But do I want to play those odds? No. So, Dan was not feeling good about the whole thing either. So I now have a doorbell, and the door is going to be closed all the time. So you have to ring the doorbell, and then there's a little bit of a delay while the doorbell lets me know that someone's ringing the doorbell, and then I will come and open the door. All that to let you know that, that's what's going to happen in the future. So don't be surprised if you show up and the door is shut. Unless there's a note on the door that says I am not here. Sometimes there's a note on the door that says potty break, because I do have to do that once in a while. But if I'm not actually in the shop, there's a note on the door saying I'm not there. So don't be surprised if you got to ring the doorbell and that there's a little bit of a delay before I get to the door. That is the reason why. And, it's probably safer for everyone that way. Like when we have stitching, I suppose in today's world, someone could come in and try and, everyone carries their purse. They could rob everybody in the shop. So, although they have to be really stupid because I'm right across the street from the police. But anyway, if I was down there by myself and something happened, no one would ever hear me. I do have an air horn now, so I could set that off. But, so yeah, that's just filling you in on that little situation. And hey, if you're looking to make some money, apparently you can go wrestle crackheads. You get a lot of money for that. I'm not sure what that even means. Do you know what I mean? Why would you wrestle crackheads and get money for it? I don't get it. see, what other exciting things can I tell you? I'm hopefully going to go ahead and get this posted. But I don't know whether I should put those clips in. There's probably no point. They're so old now. So tell me in the comments below, what's your favorite thing that you've seen from market? What is it that you couldn't live without? I don't have a whole lot on my personal list. Stacy and Ash, the little animal crackers. What is it? Maggie May, Bobbin, and Miss somebody. It's a long name. I think those are my favorite things. And those are on my list. But I don't have a whole lot more on there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Was I supposed to do 4? Yes. 3. Now I do 3. But yes, I would be curious to know what your favorite thing is. That they just announced today that Blackbird is releasing 2 designs that were previous class pieces, and they're supposedly available at market for us to pick up. So I put that up on the Facebook page in case anyone wants to pre-order that. The pictures weren't very good. They were just pictures that were taken at the class. So they're not the real photos of the chart or anything, but I thought I'd put it out there just in case you are interested in it. What more do I know? Emma, I don't know, did I tell you? Emma fractured her arm. That might have been in one of those little videos that I made. She fractured her arm on their monkey bars. She's doing well, though. It was clear up here. So she's just been in a sling. And it mustn't hurt too terribly bad because she's always taking it out of the sling. So, and she did her first dance competition of the year this weekend, so it can't be hurting that bad. All right. Those look like they are different. They look different. This chart did not. The picture did not come out real well. Let me look at my paper chart. Okay, where am I? I'm here. So that is a diamond shape, but the other is a spade. Okay. All right, so we've got to do one stitch over here. Dan and I did not get to go to her competition. She's got like, I don't know, 20 more, so we'll get there to one of them. It's the same dance, so I kind of like to wait until it's later in the competition season, so that they've had a little more practice up on stage and in front of an audience. So maybe it's a little more polished. But they did get first place for their one dance. The other one, I they placed, but it wasn't first place. Okay. This whole, I don't know, did any of you have kids or were like a dancer that did competition? It just, whew, that's an interesting sort of thing. Oh, that's why it looks different, because it is. I mean, it's expensive to do. But I guess as long as they're enjoying it, it's okay. If they're not enjoying it, then I'd say no. Do something else. But apparently Emma really enjoys it. Addie's taking gymnastics and dance, and she likes that a lot. The gymnastics thing. So it's not competition though, so someday I'd like to go, but I think she goes on Saturday mornings and I have to be at the shop. All right, there's that. That was maybe, I don't know. I didn't get very far. I'll keep stitching, but I don't know if you want to keep listening to me or not. Okay. Oh, there they are. Lola is still sleeping and her tongue is still hanging out of her mouth. Just like that. She didn't used to be that way. I don't know why it is now. But let's see. Update on the pantry. Dan is working on, okay, so I've explained it before, but so there's the food pantry, and then on this end there's the utility and appliance pantry, and then in between is a decorative pantry from like that'll have glassed cupboards in it so I can put my pretty stuff in there. And then it'll have drawers on the bottom half. He's busy building the drawer part. So like the drawers. He's got the base done, but he's building drawers right now. So that's where we're at with that. And he's waiting for me to order the product that we need to seal the butcher block countertop. Because what he's used turns golden, and I don't like it. What else can I tell you? So you're going to tell me what you're working on, and you're going to tell me what you couldn't live without for market. And I already shared that with you, $37.78. So don't forget to do that. $37.12, 37. Why did I take my glasses off? I can't read. My vision has gotten really bad. I don't know if it's the blood pressure medicine they have me on, but whew, it has gotten really bad lately. I don't know that I'm going to quit talking and shut this down, and then I'm going to remember a whole bunch of other stuff. Because that's how it always happens. So just give me a minute while I think. Nope, I'm not coming up with anything. And I've been talking to you for 45 minutes. You can't possibly want to hear any more. And I am thirsty. jug is dripping on my jugs. That's better because that was really cold. Okay, I'm back. And again, I took my glasses off. I don't know why, because I can't see to thread my needle without glasses on. All right, well, I'm not thinking of anything. If you're one of the people who has pre-ordered something through the Facebook page, even if you've done business with me before, would you please fill out the market contact form that I posted on the Reflections Facebook page, so that I have everyone's information. It'll save me time when I get back, and this way everybody's will look the same, which I also think will help speed the process up, so we're not looking at 20 different things written differently. It is posted. It's supposed to be pinned to the top of the page, but I don't think it is now. Not that I unpinned it, but I just, for some reason, I don't think it's at the top of the page anymore. If you can't find it, if you're one of those people that haven't filled it out and you can't find it, email me and I will email it to you so you can fill it out. It's just gonna make things way easier for me to find, to contact you afterwards, and to get your product to you as quickly as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Doing a slightly prettier color than baby poop green. 3778, kind of that pinky red. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all she got. I am leaving next Wednesday. I am unsure. I'm 99% sure I'll be there on Tuesday, but please check the Facebook page in case something drastic happens and I end up not getting ready Sunday and Monday. If I don't get everything ready, I need to go buy bins because all my bins are full. So I need to buy some bins. I'm trying to figure out the best size. You don't want to get them too heavy because then we can't tote them around. So I've got to go buy bins this weekend. I've got to get my laundry washed. I'm having some Achilles. See, here I go. I'm just still nattering away. I'm having some Achilles tendon issues on both feet, both ankles. Pretty severe pain, and so I've ordered a new pair of shoes that's supposed to be for that. I've had surgery on the one Achilles tendon once already. I'd rather not do it again. So I'm wearing those lovely compression socks because that helps give the tendon some support. But I've also ordered a new pair of tennis shoes. I'm hoping they get here before we go to market. And I ordered some. They're like shaped like a sock, but they ice your ankle and your heel. because I think I'm going to need that after being on my feet the entire time, the entire day shopping. We're hoping to have a little, with Donna there, we're hoping we don't have to stay in the room and work all evening while we're there, that maybe there is a stitching room. We've never been. I've been going to market for, well, we went every year with Mary Ann when she owned the shop. And we've gone every year since I've owned the shop. So I've probably gone to market for at least 16 years. Whoa. Mind blown. But I have never gone to the stitching room in all that time, because we're usually in our room working. But with Donna there, if she stays in the room and she sorts through everything and makes sure everything is, correct, maybe we'll go see if anyone ever goes there and stitches. I don't know. So the shopping actually starts at 4 o'clock. I think it's 4 o'clock on Friday night. And again, they're making everyone be open. So it didn't used to be that way. And I feel bad for the designers, because that was Friday night was really the only time the designers get downtime and can go and visit with their friends that they only see once a year. Because in the evening after shopping is done, so like Saturday night when shopping is done, they got to restock and, clean up and everything like that. So I feel bad for the ones that don't want to be open. As a shop, I appreciate them all being open, because it gives us a little more time to really take in the experience and to look at the models and to visit with the designers. And mostly that's done on Sunday, because you can have your shopping done with Friday night and all day Saturday. You can have the large majority of your shopping done, and then Sunday you can either, head home, for those of us who have closed our shop and have no one to cover for it. You can head home and then be able to be open again, sooner. Or alternatively, Sundays are usually the slowest day for the designers, and then they have actual, you can visit with them. So while I as a shop owner appreciate them being open on Friday nights, but I can see their point where they wouldn't want to be. Anyway, I'm hoping we can have a little more, I think I've only been to see anything in Nashville maybe the first year or two that Mary Ann and I went. Otherwise, I walked through the door of the Embassy Suites on Thursday. We walked back out of the Embassy Suites on Friday, or on Sunday, and that's, we're inside that entire time working. So it would be nice if we might not leave the hotel, but maybe we could have a little more fun, enjoy the manager's thing, or get to bed early even, or stitch together, have a good time, make a little video. Although the lighting is so bad in those places that it's hard to do any kind of a video. The lighting in here isn't that great, and it's like my screen looks a little bit fuzzy. But in there, it would be really bad. So I don't know if that'll happen or not, but I think it would be fun if it did. Because Donna's a little bit on the crazy side. So it could be fun. I think that's it. I said that before, though. I did say that before. But I do think it's it. I'm about done here. I've had some messages coming in while I've been recording that I need to see what that's all about. Ooh, I should stop and look at my chart once in a while. I almost made a boo-boo. All right, I'm going to let you go so I can get this uploaded. Again, I leave next Wednesday, so a week from today. We take the drive in 2 days. We're going to do some shopping along the way, I hope. And the plan is we'll be back in Omaha on Monday, probably late in the day, depending on how far we drive on Sunday. I probably won't be open that Tuesday because I think that will be a good day to get the truck unloaded and get everything into the shop and get things sorted so that we can start the process of pulling people's orders. So I probably will not be open on that Tuesday. So I will most likely reopen on Wednesday. 2, 3, yes. And with that, it was lovely to spend my evening with you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Make sure you answer my 2 questions. And I will maybe see you in Nashville, or maybe not. We'll just have to see how it goes. Otherwise, I will see you afterwards when I show all the lovely things. Here I go again. I am not bringing a whole lot back for the shop. Charts have just kind of sat there. So I'm only bringing like maybe a few things home for the actual shop. Everything else is a pre-order for people. So if you saw something and you're thinking you're going to just wait until you pick it up in the shop, probably it's not going to be there. I can order it. That's not a problem. Happy to order it for you, but don't come expecting to see a lot of product from Market because I'm not doing that this year. So, just to let you know, there will be some. There will not be a lot. Yeah. So, we will do a video, though, of what I do bring back or what I picked up for myself or even what, Lori and Rosie and Doreen have picked up. Maybe we'll do a video with the 4 of us. 5 if we can get Connie to stick around long enough. So, anyway, I am honestly, truly saying goodnight now. It is, in 20 seconds, it will be a full hour. I'm sure I can go for another 20 seconds. It will be a full hour in less than 20 seconds now. It is almost 8:30. I'm going to finish up some work on the computer while I'm uploading this, and I will see you next time, whenever that might be. You take care until then, and don't forget to answer those questions, okay? Bye.